What's going on, guys? Romer the Roamer here. In this video, I'm going to go over buying actual items. I'm about to buy. I just found a really good item. So I figured I would go ahead and make this video for you guys. And I think it's valuable to document my thought process when it comes to online arbitrage and just Amazon in general, what makes good products, and my purchasing decision, how many I'm going to purchase. And real quick, just to update you guys on exactly where I'm at in terms of sales and profit. I spent $112,000 so far. I'm looking at $35,000 worth of my items have sold, and out of that, $3,700 is true profit. So we're looking at about a 10% ROI and about a 5% margin. So total gross sales is $66,000 and total net profit is $3,700. And I'm selling through basically everything. There's not many items I have. I actually have a tab dedicated. I won't open it now, but I have a tab dedicated to items that have not sold. And there's very, very few items that have not sold like over, 30, 40 days in stock. There are some, and I'm getting more patient because I'm realizing part of this game is waiting it out. Everybody was so hype about OA when I first got into OA wholesale. Everybody said you should have a 30-day sell-through rate, 40 days. And like what I'm realizing is like, no, sometimes items are going to take 90 plus days to sell, and that's okay. Don't be an idiot. Don't take the price. Just be patient and wait for it to sell. I wish somebody would have told me that from day one. I'm telling you that right now. So highly recommend be patient, especially with listings. If the Keepa graph goes up and down, it's going to continue to go up and down as time goes on. So don't be the person that sells out when it goes down. Okay, anyway, let's get into this.
Look, grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking well show. And party central to my well ones, a night of violated hell codes. Dope sells like the charge do, but selling's all about potential.
Okay, so here we are in this spreadsheet, and these videos are very difficult for me and my video editor to make. So if you guys enjoy these videos, please let us know. If not, I will stop making them and I'll just make them for myself. Just do it privately and I'll be able to go back in the future and watch. I already do enough videos for my team where I can go and watch my thinking process for buying things, but I think it is valuable to share this with you guys as well. So there's a lot of editing going on because obviously, with OA, we can't share all of our sources. So if you guys do like this content, let me know. So this first item, you guys can probably tell where I'm getting this item. I'll go ahead and say where I'm getting this item. I'm getting this from Walmart, and I can pick it up for around $8. And it is selling on Amazon. Let me open up my Amazon link. It is selling on Amazon it's buy boxing like consistently for above $24. So it's above a 50% ROI for me. It actually gets up. If I can sell this for $25, this is going to be close to 70% ROI. Let's open up the seller amp here. Okay, so if you look at this seller amp, you can see that the ROI is currently at 49%, but we're assuming we're going to sell this for $23. And if you look at this Keepa graph, I mean, it consistently, like this is a high volume listing. I love selling stuff like this. 5,000 sales rank. This is great. The good thing about 5,000 sales rank is if any asshole comes in and tries to lowball, this is exactly what's going to happen. Yes, they're going to sell out, but they're going to sell out at a non-profitable price for them. We don't know. Maybe they got it for free. We don't know their situation. Maybe they got it from like a liquidation. Maybe they paid a penny for it, and maybe they're winning by selling out instantly. So, I mean, it is what it is, but these people are going to sell out, but the price isn't going to go down forever. And you see that a lot with like 50,000 to 100,000 ranked items. You'll just see it'll go down. It'll stay down for like a month plus. You just don't see that with listings that are super high volume. What you do see, however, is you will see it go down over time. As we can see, this has been decreasing in price for quite a while now. And what I think happened is I think it became available on Walmart.com right around May, and everyone has just been picking it up ever since. So I'm going to start picking it up too. This is something where like I want to purchase hundreds of this item, but I'm only going to purchase 50. The cool thing about buying from Walmart.com is you can actually get sales tax free. They don't care about resellers. We're going to ship this to my lister's house in Tennessee, and she's going to pack it up for $0.25 a piece. So this profit right here is actually going to be higher. One thing I do, I actually pay $1.85 for prep in a tax-free state. So $1.85 is factored into Seller Amp in the back end. You can go to settings and put your prep cost in. So this is prep after $1.85 cost. So really what I can do is I can take $7.97 and I can subtract. What I'm going to do is subtract $1.60 because that's $1.85 minus 25. That my prep cost is 25 cents. So really it's like I'm picking this up for $6.37 and there's no sales tax because I'm going to use my reseller permit in Tennessee. I just brought my ROI up to 87%, and this is a crazy fast selling listing. We can see last year it did pretty well. In the following months from now, September did pretty well. So we can assume, it's going to continue to do well. I mean, Q4 is approaching. So I'm going to buy 50 of these, and we're going to see how it goes. And if it goes well, then I'm going to load up. I'll probably buy a few hundred of those. So that's number one. And real quick, just to show you guys a little bit more of this spreadsheet again, if you guys do want this spreadsheet, I may make it for sale, but I would have to do a lot of changes to it to make it available for everyone. So if you guys actually would like a spreadsheet like this, let me know. It integrates with Seller Amp, so you can just pull all these green columns here. Everything in green above is directly from Seller Amp, so we don't have to input anything. And it pulls the picture of the item too. And what I'm about to show you is this is really valuable for me. I just made a rule where my team cannot add any items that are under 100 sales per month. So they enter this manually because Seller Amp won't tell you for a variation how many sales it gets. It'll tell you overall for the listing, but it won't tell you, like, let's say there's 20 different shoes, orange shoes, green shoes, different sizes. This is actually going to, my team has to look at how many reviews is a specific variation getting, and in comparison to the whole listing, let's say the whole listing has 1,000 reviews and one variation got 10 reviews, then it has 1% of overall sales. If the whole listing as a whole gets 10,000 sales, we're going to assume that it's getting 100 sales per month. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that math was correct. But you guys get the point. It's a ratio. And I can look at this ratio, and there's two numbers here that I'm looking at. And this is like, if you ask anybody who's worth a damn in the online arbitrage world, they usually look at two things when they look at a Keepa graph. Number one, they look at the number of sales for the variation. Essentially what they do is they click on the variations tab. This listing here doesn't have variations, but if you click on the tab of any listing with variations, like let's open this next item up here. This is close to 100% ROI. So I'm going to pay $11 for it, and it's going to net me $9 at the current price. Now, there are going to be variations for this, okay, because it's a clothing item, different sizes. Some clothing listings only have one variation. It might be like for a specific size shoe. The whole listing's for one size shoe. That does happen, but it's not super, super common. But anyway, these two metrics here, one is number of sales according to the variations, and number two is number of sales. Again, if anyone's worth a damn, they're going to show you this on a Keepa graph. Let's open this up. You can see this is great. We're looking at $11 buy cost, 1,800 sales a month. Now, anyone worth a damn in OA is going to open up the variations tab, and they're going to say, how many sales is this getting? And what everyone does is they sort it by ratings, and they tell you, hey, look, this is getting, the most. And I think this is actually the same. Yeah, it's the same size. So actually, the lead, my virtual assistant found all these leads. This right here is the fastest selling. So it's getting 10%, 294. It's getting 294 reviews. The total listing, if we look at the top, has 3,000 reviews. So it's getting 10%. So we assume it's going to get 187 sales a month because the estimated sales is 1,870. Okay. So something else people will tell you to do is go to the offers tab, and they'll tell you to check out include historical offers and go to the bottom and just look at this total. You can see the total is 360 for the last 30 days. Now, this number, I think both these numbers are grossly underestimated for fast-moving listings and potentially overestimated for slower-moving listings. It's just not accurate. None of this stuff's accurate. None of it, except for the profit, if it sells at that price, which isn't accurate because we don't know if it's going to sell at that price. So all of this is approximation. It's important to know that when you're buying stuff, okay? None of this is set in stone, okay? But it points us in the right direction, and with experience with buying different brands and buying from different websites, you guys are going to learn exactly what sells, what doesn't, what are the sales cycle, what are the nuances of these different types of categories, brands, etc. So it's important to, at the beginning, I think, to cast your net wide, which is what I'm doing. I know if I buy from a certain website, the price is going to tank. But I know, from certain websites, nobody else knows about them. So I know that the price probably isn't going to tank because no one else is going to buy it. I know if I buy an item with a coupon that I have an extreme competitive advantage over my competitors because maybe the coupon expires. Maybe I know nobody else can get it at that price, yada, yada, yada. So this is just very consistent. This is also like a stupid high rank. I mean, look at this. Like 187 sales a month, probably grossly underestimated. This is the number one variation. I don't know how often people are actually reviewing this item. Again, with reviews and using reviews to estimate sales, it's kind of like it's not set in stone. I wouldn't be surprised if this moved 500 plus a month. According to the offers tab, it moves 370. So how many of these am I going to pick up? Even if the price drops to $20, I'm at break even, just about $21 break even. And I'm going to get these prepped. I'm actually going to ship these to Tennessee because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 70-ish cents, 77 cents in sales tax is how much I'm going to pay because it's 7% sales tax in Tennessee. And this website will not offer sales tax free. And I mean, realistically, like back when I like to look at and this is one thing, this is kind of like what I do. I don't know how accurate this is. I look at the offer count in the past. The highest it ever was 18, and the price at the time was 29. So even with an offer count of 18, the price still held true. And then here today we have, the price is delicious. $31. Sales rank is increasing. This looks good to me. I have not purchased from this brand before. It looks like I'm currently restricted. I'll probably, if we can get ungated, I'll probably buy more. I always put my buyer's name here. So this is something else cool about the spreadsheet. We put the buyer's name, and then you can also set your min and max prices right here. So this is the price at which it becomes 10% ROI if we sell it at $23. So that's going to be our min price. We set our min price at 10% ROI. The rule for a max price is kind of complex, but it's basically pulling information from Seller Amp, and it's setting a realistic max price for what we think it could be. So it's not super complex, but the rule basically is like considering like 3 different scenarios, and it's going to pull the highest price out of those 3 scenarios. So, these are good. Let me go to the website where I'm going to buy these from. Now, sales like this or purchases like this make a huge difference on whether or not I'm actually going to get the item on sale or not. So, wow, I actually can get 5 of these for $45, and I get 1.5% cash back on Rakuten. Let's see. The VA that found this probably didn't even know that. This is just even better. So essentially, I'm getting these at $9 a pop. Like, that is just so good. And like, just from like my experience doing this, now the concern is it's going to go out of stock soon. I don't know how many people purchase from this website, but just the fact that so many people are selling this, like, let's look at the types of sellers. You can check out the seller rating here. So you can see the review count for the seller. These are not huge sellers. 131, 335, 4. If somebody's selling 4 of these, selling with 4 reviews can sell this, like, we can definitely get ungated. So we can probably get ungated tonight. I can probably have my team get ungated. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase. These are damn good. I'm going to buy 36. This is my test order. So if these 36 sell in like a couple days, I'm going to obviously purchase 3 times that amount. So, and this is something else kind of cool about the spreadsheet is now we have another very similar, it's like a variation of the item. You should always be careful and open it up just in case, but we can just look at the analytics. So buy box, I like to look at these 2 numbers. So the buy box is 31 and the buy box average is 32. This is for the last 90 days average. So what you don't want to see is a big gap in these numbers. It doesn't matter what direction, but if this buy box average was really high in the past and the current buy box is low, that means it's tanking in price, most likely. And vice versa, it means that it's at an all-time high, so it's probably going to go back down. So these are very similar items, close to 100. They're 100% ROI and over 100% ROI. So it's not too dangerous. The only stipulation now, the only thing to consider is will I get ungated or not, but I'm pretty sure I can. So yeah, with this, the reason why I buy without being ungated is like we can always return the item. And I would rather, I mean, 36 is not going to make me rich, but hey, I just made $700 from buying those two if they sell at the price we think they are. And you know what? I could also, like, at any point in time, if I want to toggle these min prices, I can bring these up. They'll probably actually set these min prices to 26 for now, just because this is such a high volume listing. Like, I know it's going to sell, and there's a very low chance of it tanking. And so I don't want, for any reason, I don't want my repricer to go down to that level of the min price. So we're almost using min price not as a worst case scenario in terms of like longevity, like waiting to sell out. We're using it more of, as like a barrier, like don't sell below this, which I guess a lot of people already use the min price for. But previously, I used the min price as like, okay, like this, we're going to drop to the min price and go ahead and get our 10% ROI or break even or lose money. So you can use min price for different things, but right now it's just protecting us from that happening. And I'm actually going to wrap this video up. Again, let me know if you guys like videos like this. I have a few more to look at. We got some back to school items. Like this lead value stuff's really cool. Like this tells you how much it thinks it can make you per month. This is like overall what the listing is doing, and then this is for you specifically. So this factors in the number of sellers times. So it's estimated sales for you considering competitive sellers. This is actually a hyper estimate. Like this is dividing by a lot of sellers. So like this number is really low. But really what you should be doing is like if we look at a listing and go to seller amp, we can look at all these sellers here. And okay, so currently it's buy boxing at 32. So everyone priced within 32. So this guy's competitive seller, this guy's competitive seller, this guy's competitive seller, this guy's competitive seller, and then we can add more below. This guy, I don't even know. Would you guys can like OGs watching my videos? Because I know the OGs like to watch my videos because I'm a fucking OG. Like, is this? Let me know. Is this a competitive offer? 35 is. I think this is kind of where you would cut it off. 39 for sure is not a competitive offer. So you're looking at, let's count 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're not going to include MF guys. I think I did. So let's include 9. 9 competitive sellers. Maybe we should. Do you guys include MF in competitive sellers? Enlighten me, guys. I don't know. So we got 9, and then we can divide it by the listing as a whole for that not for this one, but for the one in the spreadsheet. If we divide this by 9, we're looking at 3,000. So like conservatively speaking, I mean this item right here can make me 3,000 a month alone. And this is a very seasonal item. This is a back to school. So that's it, guys. If you guys like this content, go ahead and hit that like button below. I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, let me know if you like this shit. Peace out.